Ever wondered what foods could be detrimental if you have high blood pressure? In our daily hustle and bustle, we often overlook how our dietary choices can impact our health, particularly our blood pressure. It's not just about cutting down salt, but there's a whole slew of foods that could be quietly ramping up your readings. Understanding these can be a game changer in managing high blood pressure. In this video, discover 7 foods you might want to avoid if you're dealing with high blood pressure. First on our list is salt. Salt, specifically sodium, plays a significant role in contributing to high blood pressure. How? Well, it's simple. Excessive salt intake leads to water retention in the body, increasing the fluid volume, and hence, the pressure on your blood vessels. Common high-salt culprits include canned soups, fast foods, and certain cheeses. So, if you're watching your blood pressure, pay attention to those food labels and moderate your salt consumption. So, it might be a good idea to put that salt shaker down. Next up, alcohol. Now, who doesn't enjoy a good glass of wine or a cold beer? But it's important to know that excessive alcohol consumption can cause a significant spike in blood pressure levels. So, what can we do? Well, consider moderation. A glass of red wine here, a pint of beer there is fine, but overindulgence can lead to potential health risks. You can also explore alcohol-free alternatives that offer the same taste without the health consequences. Remember, moderation is key when it comes to alcohol. Thirdly, red meat. Now, we're not saying you have to bid farewell to your cherished steak nights entirely. However, it's significant to spotlight that red meat, especially processed varieties, can act as a catalyst for a rise in blood pressure. The wrongdoer? Sky-high levels of saturated fat and cholesterol. These can your arteries, compelling your heart to work overtime. So the next time you're choosing from the butcher's counter, how about selecting lean meats instead? Or even more exciting, venture into the realm of plant-based proteins. Choose lean meats or plant-based proteins instead. Before we proceed, remember to hit that subscribe button and stay tuned to our channel as we continue to bring you more insightful content on healthy living. Let's move forward together. Sweet tooths, beware. Sugar is next on our list. It's a common ingredient, especially in processed foods and drinks, but it's a stealthy contributor to high blood pressure. You see, when we consume sugar in excess, it can lead to weight gain, which in turn increases our blood pressure. But don't despair, sweet lovers. There's a healthier way to indulge. Consider satisfying your sweet tooth with natural sugars like those found in fruits. It's a sweet deal for your health. Love your morning coffee? You might want to rethink that. Caffeine, while a great pick-me-up, can cause a temporary but potentially significant spike in blood pressure. This stimulant jolts your cardiovascular system, which can be troublesome if you're already grappling with hypertension. But don't worry, you don't have to give up that warm cup just yet. Consider alternatives like decaffeinated coffee or herbal teas. They offer a soothing ritual without the caffeine kick. Try swapping out that coffee for a green tea. Number 6, high-fat dairy products. A staple in many diets, dairy products can be a tricky territory for those with high blood pressure. High-fat dairy products like whole milk, butter, and cheese are rich in saturated fats. While these fats can make your meal creamy and delicious, they also have a less appetizing side. Saturated fats can raise your blood pressure by increasing your levels of low-density lipoprotein cholesterol, the bad cholesterol. This bad cholesterol can build up in your arteries, making them narrower and making it harder for blood to flow through, thus increasing your blood pressure. But fear not, dairy lovers. You don't have to give up on your favorite foods entirely. Opt for low-fat or non-fat alternatives like skim milk or low-fat yogurt. These alternatives can still provide the essential nutrients like calcium and vitamin D, without the saturated fat. Choose wisely when it comes to your dairy. Last, but certainly not least, processed foods. These foods are the silent saboteurs of a healthy diet. They are often loaded with salt, sugar, and unhealthy fats, a notorious trio that can send your blood pressure soaring. From your favorite canned soups to those tempting frozen pizzas, processed foods are everywhere, hiding in plain sight. So next time you're grocery shopping, remember, the outer aisles where the fresh produce lives are your new best friends. Fresh is best when it comes to your food. Let's quickly recap the 7 foods to avoid if you have high blood pressure. First, cut down on salt and alcohol. Replace red meat with leaner proteins. Steer clear of sugar-laden sweets and limit your caffeine intake. Swap high-fat dairy products for their low-fat counterparts. Lastly, sidestep processed foods as much as possible. Remember, healthy eating is one of the most effective ways to control high blood pressure. Stay healthy, folks.